Welcome to the Chronicle Sports Blog. I'm Andy Moore. Alongside me is Laura Keeley. Well, the RVs are in. The Bama fans have invaded Durham, and we are all getting set for tomorrow's matchup against Alabama. It's going to be at 3:30 on ABC and at Wallace Wade Stadium. Laura, before we preview this game, before we talk about what's going to go on the field, first of all, can you tell us how this even happened and what Duke has to gain from playing Alabama?
Well, this game was scheduled way back in 2005, before Alabama won the national championship game, before David Cutcliffe was at Duke. And so Alabama initially approached Duke because of the Wallace Wade connection. Wallace Wade, who Duke Stadium is named after, coached at both Alabama and Duke, had a lot of success. So that was the motivation for the game. As far as what Duke has to gain off the field, there's going to be a great atmosphere this weekend. It's going to be a big-time college football game atmosphere. There's going to be tons of Bama fans. And I think it'll be good for the Duke students especially to see, what a quote-unquote real football game is like, with a program that has a lot of history. So from that aspect, it should be a lot of fun.
It should be a lot of fun. Let's talk about actually the game. Everybody's been kind of hinting around it all week. Is this game just going to be an absolute blowout? Obviously, Alabama is the defending national champions. Duke is 1-1, and they're coming off a 5-win season. It's definitely a lopsided game. Let's break it down. Let's talk about Duke's defense. Duke's defense gave up 54 points against Wake Forest last week. It was continuously just beaten down by the running game in the beginning and then the passing game towards the end. How do you think they're going to handle against Alabama? And do you think that Alabama is going to be continually throwing the ball if they're up by a couple of scores?
Sure. So this is how I see the game going, Andy. I think that Alabama will score a bunch of points early in the game, and then I don't think they're going to be throwing the ball much at all probably after the midway point of the second quarter. I think there's too much mutual respect for them to run up the score, and I think they're going to want to keep the clock running as well. So you'll see a lot of running plays. As everyone knows, Alabama's running game is one of its strong suits, so it'll be a good test for the defense to see can they stop the run when they know it's coming.
Certainly, the stamina is going to be just a huge issue. Are they going to be able to stand up against just continuously pounding at them? And I guess it is a little unfortunate we won't see any fireworks from Julio Jones, and if your prediction holds up.
Yeah, so, that's just how I think it's going to go. I don't think it's going to be a slaughter, but also don't think that the cornerbacks are going to get a chance really to correct some of the mishaps they've been going on. Matt Daniels talked about earlier this week how they need to work on their vision. They need to be able to see the quarterback and see their man, something they haven't been able to do yet. But like I said, don't really think that's going to happen this weekend.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's talk about Duke's offense a little bit. While the defense has slacked off a little bit, they have been as good as advertised. Last week, they dropped 48 points against Wake Forest. Sean Renfrey has been stellar as a redshirt sophomore, and Connor Vernon, Donovan Varner, Connor Vernon especially, have been very good. That being said, they're going up against quite possibly one of the best defenses of all time. Do you think, let's just say this, does Duke score a touchdown in this game?
I don't think so. Alabama hasn't given up a touchdown all year. I don't see it happening this weekend. So, I expect that Renfrey will complete some passes, and his receivers, who are big-time receivers, are going to make some plays, but I don't see it ending up in the end zone for a touchdown.
Fair enough. All right, I'll go and give my prediction for the game. I think there is a touchdown. I have faith in these guys. I think they might pull off one. So I'm going to say Alabama 35, Duke 10. That still has Alabama beating the spread. The spread is 21 points right now. So for all you gambling addicts out there, Laura, what about you?
I'm going to go similar, but I'm going to take out the touchdown, and I'm going to say Alabama 31, Duke 3.
All right, fair enough. Well, thank you for listening. Be sure to check the sports blog and the main webpage over the weekend. We'll have the stories up as soon as they're written. Laura's going to write a good one. So thank you for listening.